This is a contact plate. It hasn't been used yet, but basically what you do is you take the cover off and you'll go like this around a surface and it'll pick it up, and then you put it in the incubator and the bacteria will grow on it.
We are currently environmentally sampling the school. For example, I did like the toilets, the bathrooms in the school. So I went to A hall, B hall, C hall, and lunch, like the lunch bathrooms. And I put the plate onto the toilet seat, and I'm looking at how much growth there is. So today I poured some plates that I'm going to be using for air sampling and more contact plate testing.
That is actually some of the agar. It's like Jell-O. You have to boil it first, and then you pour it into the little plates. So then that plate becomes a place that's sterile and it has food. And then they can take and they can place it down onto the counter, make a print, and then whatever was on that counter is now on that plate and will grow. And then the next day they come in and look at it.
My group, personally, we found some bacteria and different fungi. So we are using the biosafety cabinets to transfer our swabs onto plates, and these plates will incubate in an incubator in our lab for about a week or so. And then after, we check them every day and we log the number of counts of bacteria that are on it. And from there, we'll pick which plate we think has the most different variety of bacteria based off of physical features, because what we're aiming for is to identify the bacteria. So from there, we just subculture. So you take inoculating loop, which is just like a little swab kind of thing, and you take one single colony and swab it onto a totally separate plate, and then you inoculate that again. Our swabs, we did a single stall, and we did 2 different swabs in there. The girls' bathroom down by the calf we did, and the boys' bathroom down by the calf. Each area had 2 different swabs. We either did the urinal, toilet handle, or the bathroom door handle. And then we did a contact plate, which is you just take a plate and you rub it on the surface of the area. And we talked to the nurse and we asked her not to sanitize a bed after a patient, and we did a contact plate on a patient bed. So these are 4 of the subcultured plates that we did. So we took these from different areas. These 3 plates were random bacteria that we found on one of our plates, and then this one is from a different one. See the string? Mm-hmm. That's all fungus right there. And then this is the contact plate from the nurse's office. That is a cluster of fungus. And all these little dots, those are bacteria. That cluster right there, that's fungus. That's the plate that these 3 were swabbed from.
The hood is actually what we consider to be a clean environment. So the air is filtered, so there's no contaminants falling in there. It allows them to go in there and work without fear of just stuff falling out of the air. One of our goals in biomedical is to teach them methods that they're going to use when they actually get out into the real world. So they're going to be doing different types of things. And one of the biggest jobs for biomedical sciences is to do quality control testing. So whether you're in a food factory, a biopharmaceutical factory, any of those, they're going to need to check and make sure their systems are clean. So what they're training on right now and what you have them doing in the laboratory is to prepare the plates, the media, so that they can go in and take samples on surfaces, on liquids, in the air, and then they have to then evaluate those samples so they give feedback, because if it shows that a certain number of bacteria are growing, you've heard of people with recalls and things like that, a certain number of bacteria growing, then they don't ship the product. So this is a way to really go in and ensure that your site is clean. This will actually be part of their certificate program that we have here. They're going to get a certificate for aseptic technique, which is the clean room stuff that we did over in the hood. They're going to get a certificate as well for identifying microorganisms. So the stuff they go out and find, sometimes from the bathroom, they go out and find it, they bring it back here, and then they can take and identify it using whatever scientific processes they have. And then the final certificate for this whole group is also for the QC sampling, where they have to prepare a formal quality control report. So we try to put all that together to make it as industry realistic as possible?
I want to go into genetic research, so this is like one of my favorite classes because I'm learning a bunch of new things about bacterias and like mutations and stuff, and I just think like doing the research part behind like what we're working on right now is just going to help me develop better like researching skills for the career I want to go into.
The bottom line, they're learning how to document it, because that would be a key thing for anyone going into this. Even if somebody's going on to be a doctor or something like that, very often they spend years working in a laboratory beforehand. So this is good experience for them.